Hey guys, today we are going to be looking at an quote island which Japan spent $600 million just to save it. Let's begin. So, if you see two floating rocks in the sea, what would you call it? Well, Japan calls it the island of Okinotorishima, which means remote bird islands. This was founded by Japanese in 1921, claimed it in 1931 and named it Okinotorishima. They claimed it as they wanted to build a military base, but to avoid controversy, they lied and said it was for, quote, lighthouse and meteorological observatory site. They then started construction, but after a few years they stopped construction because of the ongoing World War II. After the war, the USA got the rocks, and after that they gave it back to Japan, but the rocks became valuable later in 1982 when the UN wrote a convention on the law of the sea, which was the 1982 UN Convention on the Law of the Sea. This stated EEZs or exclusive economic zones, which gives the claim for a radius of 200 nautical miles from their territory of sea as their EEZs. This may not give them full rights to the EEZs, but it gave them rights to exploration and natural resources. That is really why Japan really wants these two rocks to be an island in the middle of the sea, as they get all the natural resources. But China says that this should not be an island. Now why, you ask? Because if the USA decides to send troops to Taiwan to do military things, they can be stopped by a group of submarines by China in the middle. But they need surveys of the ocean floor and all other planning it out, so which they can't do in Japan's EEZs. Plus, for them there is oil. The definition for islands, as stated by the UN Convention of the Law of the Seas, states that a naturally formed area of land surrounded by water which is above water at high tide. Now rocks, on the other hand, cannot sustain human habitation on its own and cannot have a EEZ or continental shelf. Well, rocks cannot sustain human habitation because they are rocks. For that matter, Japan has built a lab which is on neither of the rocks but close enough, I guess. Also, they built rocks around the islands to keep them from eroding, which cost $200 million. And finally, even though UN states that man-made islands don't count or rocks, they built a third rock. Because what's better than two useless rocks? Obviously, three useless rocks. And there are $600 billion of Japan just boosh. Okay, thanks for watching. Like, sub, comment and subscribe. And I will see you guys in the next fact video. Bye.